What's going on, YouTube world and YouTube tribe? Welcome to Little Big Man Gaming, bringing you another review for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 6, which is the final episode. One world, one people. I think, yeah, one world, one people. First things first, I could get a like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button. Also, leave a comment down below of what you thought of the final episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And did you dislike it? Did you like it? Did you like that epic shot with him in the costume? We get into that, but let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you're not part of the tribe, subscribe and become a part of the tribe and hit that notification button as well. Because what are you waiting for? I'm the hottest, newest gaming channel on the market on YouTube, and I do it all. I do reviews, unboxings, reactions. I do all that type of stuff, including the main thing, which is gameplay and walkthroughs. Yeah, those who are subscribed, thank you, love you, appreciate you for being subscribed to the channel. And yeah, just continue to subscribe and hit that like button, hit the watch button, continue to watch, and hit that share button, continue to share so we can get the name out there. All that helps the algorithm and get my name out to the masses. Though, with that being said, let's get into it. You know how I like to do. Here goes a synopsis first before we break down the episode. As the one world, one people. As the Flag Smashers escalate their efforts, I read that all types of wrong. As the Flag Smashers escalate their efforts, Sam and Bucky take action. So, this episode picks up right from where the last episode left off. You got you have Sam and Bucky basically get into the GRC gathered. I think they was about to vote on the Republication Act. I think is what it was called. Like basically they about to vote on what to do with the people. What to do with people who are just coming back, who came back 5 years later, and the people who's been here, before the snap, right? And Carly and the Flag Smasher, they do not want that vote to go through because, as the title suggests, as the title of the show, you will hear this a lot in this episode. One world, one people. You will hear that a lot in this episode because that's like their mantra: one world, one people, and that's what they believe. And yeah, so like they pick up Carly's making her move, and her plan is to basically to not only stop it, but use the people as a bargaining chip to get this whole plan re-looked at, revised, or just thrown off the table altogether, right? So that's her plan. She started to execute that plan by creating like a fake like escalation. She has a couple of Flag Smashers go in, create some chaos, so she can move them to where she need to move them. And Sam and Bucky, they're trying to come up with a plan on how to stop them. Sam recognized that the plan that the moving the people outside of the building is what Cardi wants. So he wants them to come to keep them in there. But that's before we found out that there's also a helping hand of Sharon Carter. Sharon is there. Sam asked her to come. She helps Bucky on the ground while Sam takes flight. He sees one of the Flag Smashers in there. Cardi sees him flying, so she said he's here. That start this thing, and that's where all that gets unfold. Where, like I said before, when she said that start this thing, that basically the Flag Smasher I said that was inside that caused the chaos. That's what they start causing the chaos. The GRC people, the senator and all of them, they start moving, and that's what Sam busts in with superhero thing and all, and that's what we see him in full glory. And what we thought was in that briefcase, the full Falcon, version of the Captain America suit, complete with the head, like the little, I would say, neck mask area thing. Like he he don't just got just his Falcon suit with the goggles. Now he got the whole neck mask thing going along with the goggles. Basically, ripped straight from the comics. I give them 10. I give them 100 plus on that because it looks directly accurate from the comic books in which Falcon finally did become Captain America. And yes, that is your clue. That's your first, given that Sam has finally made the decision to become Captain America. That whole suit is basically that because Sam knew he was going to do it after he kept the shield. Now we see that he's finally embraced the fact that he's going to try to be a black man as Captain America, and we see that was the struggle. By now, even when they talk about it in this, that was the struggle for Sam. Is the world ready for a black man to be Captain America? Would the world respect to seeing a man with blonde hair and blue eyes? That's how they. It was so that's what America wanted to see. They wanted to see a man who with blonde hair, blue eyes. That's why they gave it to. That's why they gave it to John Walker, because he looked like the person they could get behind. But that's why he gave it up, because he didn't think that the world was ready for it. But now he think he doesn't care. He's gonna try something different, and he knows that. So he gets to fight the Flag Smashers. He's trying to get Bucky to stop the people from leaving because that's what Cardi wants. But that plan goes awry. They all fronts fail. The people end up moving to where Cardi wanted them to move. And Sam gets a call from Carly. That's one of the reasons why her plan works, because she calls and distracts him. She tries to get Bucky. She tries to reason with Bucky, trying to get Bucky to back up, but Bucky doesn't want to back up because he's telling Carly, don't go down this road, because if you succeed in what you do, you're going to remember the faces of the people that you kill. Trust me. I live with this every day. Don't go down this road. Don't do it. There's always another way. He tries his Sound way to talk. He tries what Sound tried to do. He tried to talk Cardi down. Cardi, for a minute, looked like she was actually pondering whether he could be telling the truth. But then she snaps back out of it. It's like, you know what? Then if you feel that way, you should step away from this fight. And he said, I can't do that. And then she's like, well, in that case, thank you for taking my call. And he realized that taking her call was a distraction. And even Sharon's like, where to go, Bucky? You have one job. They even she even gets on about taking that call. But yeah, so the fight spreads into the streets. You see the Flag Smashers that's infiltrated certain groups of security is helping the GRC's government senators and stuff get in. They lock it in. Some people get on the helicopter. There's even people up there. So there's two fronts. There's the ground assault and the air assault. And they even know that the people that's in the plane is probably with one of them, and they know the people on the ground is with one of them. So they stop one of them and continue on. And to continue on, they tell Sam, hey, look, the air is your ground. I'm on ground duty, you up on air. So Sam fights the dude from the beginning of from the very first episode. He's there. He wants revenge. We all know who got him out of jail. He's there. Sam's like, I don't got time for this. He used the shield, gets him out the way, and it said Bon Voyage, and he dives out the window. He throws the shit out the window, dives out the window, uses jetpack to fly and grab it and fly off. And he goes to fly. He tries to stop the Flag Smashers on the plane with the person. He figures out that one of the government officials in the plane used to be a U.S. flight, U.S. Air Marine Air. I forgot. I don't want to tarnish it. I forgot what they call the the soldiers that actually that flies the jets and stuff, but that I didn't U.S. air soldiers or flyers. But yeah, she knows how to fly a plane, so he concocts a plan with her because he gets her information, tell her to put her earbuds in, and they basically concoct a plan on how they're gonna have to do they're gonna do a switch. Sam is gonna be quick though because the plane the plane's gonna fall quick. So it's gonna be quick. Soon, he basically tells her, "Look, as soon as I get this guy out this seat and out of the plane, you're gonna have to take over and fly the plane, to safety." And she agrees that they're gonna count down for 5, and that's what they do. There's a whole bunch of fighting in between the setup for this and all that, but eventually the plan goes the way Bucky wants it. Sam wants it to go, and they end up having to. They end up switching and saving the people on the plane. On the ground, Bucky tracks down the 2 armored trucks with the government officials in it. They stopped one. They needed one for the distraction because Bucky got there, so they set one on fire for the distract Bucky while they get away with the others. But while Bucky was saving one, and they was about to get away with the others, Carly and the other Flash Smashers, they was about to get away with the other government people. That's what John Walker shows up. John Walker shows up and basically beats the holy hell out of the Flash Smashers and Carly. Carly was trying to apologize to him, saying that telling him that she didn't mean to kill his friend, that his friend killing his friend was not part of her plan because his life didn't matter. And that's that kind of sets him off because he's like, you telling me my friend Lamar's life didn't matter? She said, not to my fight, it doesn't. My fight, his life doesn't matter to me. So that upsets him and causes him to continue fighting with Carly. Carly finally stop trying to apologize to him and fights back. So there's a big fight with both now the Flash Smashers, Bucky and John Walker. They eventually the fight eventually spills to like this construction site area for Bucky and one of the Flash Smashers. John is still up top with Carly and the other hostages. And Carly decides she said, screw it. She gets in the truck, drives the truck, try to drive over the cliff to kill the other hostages. Well, not over the cliff, but over the edge of the construction site. And then she tried to make her escape. John, and John realizes that, oh man, I had the decision to make. Do I continue with my vengeance and let them die, or try to save them and give up Carly? And he's still doing all that twitching stuff, shaking. He's trying to, he don't know what to do. He want to make the right decision. You see he also have his shield that still look like that also look like the Captain America shield, but you can tell it's not the vibranium shield because it's still, even though it still do the boom boom boom. It's still like the Captain America, the real Captain America shield. And so it's fortitude cannot hold up because it's not vibranium. And you see his shield fly down towards Bucky as he makes the decision to save the hostages instead of Carly, going after Carly. And he's almost succeeding until Carly and the other members the other members of the Flag Smashers begin to fight with John. And you see that the truck is about to go over the edge again. Neither John, then before the truck does, John and the other Flash Smashers go over the edge and land down where Bucky's at. They're fighting with them, and it looked like all hope was lost at the other hostages. Even though Bucky saved the one, Bucky did save the other hostages from the other truck that was set on fire. He never got the chance to. They look like this set of hostages are going to be killed, and John tries to save him, like I said, but then he got knocked over the edge too with Carly and the rest. So it looked like nobody's there, and then out of nowhere, new Captain America, Sam, he begins to he takes he catches it. He used Red Wing and his jets to push the truck back over the edge, and they basically chase. They basically get ready to chase Cardi. Once they was at safety, he landed down with the others, and the dude from the first episode that wants to kill Sam for messing up his little heist. He used like this grenade launcher gun, but it smokes. He shoots the smokes. They can't see the Flash Smashers make their exit, but Bucky, John, and Sharon gives chase. They get chase into the tunnel. They let Sharon know where they are into the tunnel, into this underground like construction area, and it's like they underneath. It's like they underneath the construction site where it's still construction going on, even in the inside of it, and they let like I said, they let Sharon know. And they continue to chase Carly and them, but it knows that they went separate ways. So Sam takes one direction, and John and Bucky takes the other. Sam ended up going where Carly went, while John and Bucky ended up chasing the rest of the Flash Smashers. So they handled them in their own way. I'll get back to that in a minute. Sam ends up getting into a fight with Carly as his direction led to Carly, and throughout the fight, Sam is still trying to save Carly. He's still trying to talk her down. He's even telling him during the fight, "I'm not going to fight you," and she, it's a moment I skipped where Sharon gets there too. Sharon gets there. We're revealed in this moment who the true power broker is, and this is before Sam gets there, because nobody knows other than the people before Sam gets there. There's a standoff. There's a standoff between the bad guy from the first episode that wants to kill Sam, Carly, and Sharon. One of the three is the true power broker. I won't tell you who the true power broker is, but one of the three is the power broker. I will say that the power broker is revealed in this scene, and one of the three who's standing there is either Sharon, Carly, or the guy who wants to kill Sam from the first episode. One of the three are the power broker, and then one of the three, that says I don't like being blackmailed, and shoots the other. And Carly is left standing to fight Sam. I put it this way because obviously it's not Carly. But there's fighting between Sam and Carly happen. Carly is basically fighting Sam. Sam's like, "I'm not gonna fight you," and that and you can see the hurt in both of them, because like Sam's like, "Carly, stop, please." Stop. He's trying to reason with her. And Carly is just like, fight me. She's even hurt herself because she sees that Sam wants to truly save her. And she wants to prove her point so bad that she wants Sam to fight her. She's begging him to fight her. And then when even when she knocks her down, she's like, "Stay down." And he's like, "I can't do that." And she keeps fighting him because she either wants him to stay down or fight her. And he won't do neither. He won't stop. He won't fight her, but he won't stay down. And it's kind of hurting her as well. And then she knocks Sam down, knocks the shit out of his hand, to where and Carly picks up a gun again, and this time she points it at Sam. And she's hesitant, like, she really don't want to kill Sam because she knows Sam really truly understands her fight and truly understands what she fought for. But she's like, what do I do? Do I shoot Sam or do I let him go because I know he understands me? And she's like, he's like, don't do this, Carly. Don't do something that you can't come back for. Up until this point, you have not killed anybody because we stopped you from killing people. There's nothing that can't be undone, But she doesn't. At the end, she chooses to shoot. She chooses to shoot Sam, so she gets ready to pull the trigger, but then she is shot by somebody else. she is shot like multiple, I think like 2 or 3 times by somebody else. Sam, she falls to the ground. Sam goes over there and to comfort her. She holds her little memento to her mother figure, and she tells Sam, "I'm sorry," and then she dies in his arms. And Sam is upset because whether or not he wanted to, Zemo was right that it was only going to end one way, and it ended up ending the way he said it was going to end, with somebody, either Carly killing them or somebody killing Carly. And unfortunately, it ended with somebody killing Carly. Sam goes, the fight is over, the Bucky and them. For Bucky and John, they end up setting a trap for the other Flash Masters and got them arrested. Sam flies back to the public, back on the streets to the public with Carly's dead body, puts it on a stretcher, and everybody's congratulating him, calling him Captain Falcon and all that type of stuff. And somebody's like, somebody got a phone. They like, no, he's not Captain Falcon, he's Captain America. So, they're starting to acknowledge him. The show and everybody even starting to acknowledge him as Captain America. One of the best scenes is right here. This is one of the best scenes throughout the entire episode. This one makes the episode the greatest, one of the greatest episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier. After Sam puts Carly's body on the stretcher and they take her body away, he goes up to the senator and them and asks them. They tell them, the senator and them tell thank you for taking up the charge and getting rid of these terrorists. And he's just when they say terrorist, you see sound like, but he bites his tongue. And then he asks them, are you still going through with the GRC plan at the relocation and stuff with their displaced people? And they said, yes, we got people at the border. We about to do this. We're going to make sure there are more terrorists like that. And then, once he had the word terrorists again, he's like, you know what? You got to stop calling them terrorists. And he's like, and then they looked at him like, what you mean? Like, what else would you call them? He said, what you're about to do with this act, if you pass this act the way you're passing it, what you're about to do with the borders, the police, and all this stuff, what you think people are going to call you? And the reason why this is the best scene, because Bucky starts spitting truth and facts. He's on camera for the whole world to see, because there's news outlet people there. The whole world seeing Sam as this new Captain America berate the senator and all them, because they don't understand that what they're doing is no different than what Thanos and Carly was doing. And Sam tells them, he said, they like, oh, he tells them, how this is any different, you got the power to do anything. You tell people they need to step up, yet you don't want to meet them halfway. And they were like, you just don't understand, Sam. We get it. We understand that you like one of these people, but you just don't understand. He said, I am a black man carrying the stars and stripes of America. Trust me, I understand. He said, even right now as I speak to you, standing here like this, there's people that are mad at me, that are going to judge me. There's nothing I can do, but I can feel it right now, the hate, the judgment. But there's nothing I can do about it. He said, there's nothing I can do about it. But it's something that y'all could do about this. He turns to the lady who was talking about the borders, and he was like, you could control the borders. He said, shit, you control the banks. You could do literally anything with a phone call or text. But yet you won't do the right thing. He said, he said, you're no different than a mad God who wants to wipe out half the universe, or a misguided teenager. The question is, what are you going to do with this power? That's the true question. He said, and then he even tells them too, none of y'all even stop to ask why. Why is this girl trying so hard to stop you guys? Then we get to see the aftermath. Some of the Flash Masters. Zemo got his last laugh. We get to see this little party, with Sam and Bucky's with Sam and Bucky and his family. Bucky makes amends, and there is an after credit scene. But that's all I got. 10 big ups. Hit right here for more of my reviews. Hit this to subscribe and hit any one of the amazing videos for more amazing content. Peace.